I just want to start by saying that I just signed the $5.25 billion 1/12 budget, which was the amount recommended by the comptroller, and will make it possible for the treasurer to deliver local aid payments to cities and towns. We obviously look forward to working with our colleagues on the legislature during the month of July as some of the issues associated with fiscal 20 get a little clearer and fiscal 21 get a little clearer, to finalize what I would call a budget for the go forward on the rest of the year. But I want to thank the legislature for acting quickly on this one and providing some security and certainty to people with respect to how the new year will start here for the Commonwealth and for the Commonwealth cities and towns. Today, the Lieutenant Governor and I and Mike Keneally, Secretary Keneally, are going to discuss our plans with respect to COVID-19 economic recovery. But first, I want to provide a quick update on COVID-19 testing, cases, and hospitalizations here in Massachusetts. As we continue to gradually reopen Massachusetts, our public health data continues to trend in the right direction. Yesterday, over 10,000 COVID-19 tests were reported across the state, which brings us to over 1 million tests administered in Massachusetts so far. The level of testing we've been able to achieve makes us a national leader, and I want to thank all of the labs, hospitals, community health centers, and others who have made this possible. Yesterday, there were 226 new COVID positive cases reported. The 7-day average for positive tests here in Massachusetts has dropped to 1.8%. We also saw a drop in COVID-19 patients hospitalized, which is down now to 905. That represents a 75% decrease since the middle of April. 174 COVID-positive patients remain in the ICUs. We'll continue to monitor these public health indicators as additional industries and businesses and employers reopen and as we move through our phased reopening plan. And as we've said before, we continue to encourage everyone to wear face coverings, practice social distancing, and stay home if you feel sick. It's been working. It's worked well for the people of Massachusetts, and we all need to keep it up. COVID-19 will not be taking a summer vacation. As many people have seen, other states have suffered massive spikes in new cases and hospitalizations, and we urge every resident in Massachusetts to continue to be vigilant and mindful during their daily activities, that we can contain this insidious virus, but it's critically important for everybody to do their part. I think, as many people know, earlier this year, back before COVID, we filed an economic development plan here in Massachusetts, an act enabling partnerships for growth. The bill laid out targeted investments in housing, community development, and business competitiveness. Obviously, due to the headwinds that came with COVID-19 and the pandemic, a lot's changed in the last few months. Our goal remains the same, however, which is to create regional partnerships, growth, and opportunities for every community from the Berkshires to Cape Cod. However, COVID-19's impact on so many aspects of our daily life here in Massachusetts has changed our economic landscape. The pandemic brought with it a massive disruption to our economy. Cities and towns also incurred unexpected costs. We understand that the Commonwealth has a challenge before it as we move toward recovery, and Secretary Keneally and the Lieutenant Governor have had conversations with many folks on the Economic Affairs Committee in the legislature, including conversations directly with House Chair Representative Ann Margaret Ferranti and Senate Chair Senator Eric Lesser. So today, we're announcing a $275 million COVID-19 economic recovery package that's built upon the original legislation and based on conversations we've had with our colleagues in the legislature to spur economic growth for every region of Massachusetts. Specifically, we're seeking changes to our original bill to invest more in low-income communities, communities of color, and minority-owned businesses that have been particularly hard hit by COVID. Our cities and towns across the Commonwealth need support to confront the economic challenges that have been brought on by this virus. To address this, we're asking our partners in the legislature to consider amending the scope of several of our proposed programs targeted toward specific communities that have been hardest hit by COVID-19. Reallocating funding to tackle the significant economic impact of the virus while outlining a path toward recovery is our key objective here. And establishing new tools to promote equity and to drive economic growth in communities and among businesses that have faced long-standing barriers to entry in areas like state contracting. In order to do this, we're proposing an additional $15 million for neighborhood stabilization, which will bring that total to $40 million. Increasing funding for community development financial institutions by $25 million for a record level of $35 million to assist small businesses, and tripling funding for grants to support micro businesses from a total of $5 million to $15 million. These proposals will bring safe, affordable housing units back onto the market, give women, minority, veteran, and immigrant small business owners access to capital to grow their enterprises and support early-stage businesses with grants and technical assistance. We're looking forward to working with our colleagues in the legislature to help us update this important legislation to provide relief and opportunity from the impact of COVID-19 and to make progress in addressing long-standing equity issues here in Massachusetts. The original legislation was developed with input from public and private sector partners, local officials, and many other experts. And we're deeply grateful for the legislature's commitment to moving forward on a recovery package during the last few days of the legislative session. Since the end of the formal session is right around the corner, we hope this bill can move quickly so that we can give communities and small businesses across the Commonwealth the tools and the support that they need to recover and move forward.